I studied myself in the mirror of the bathroom at McDonald's. My hair hung in greasy clumps on my forehead, creases from the crumpled up clothes I had slept on were, I don't know that word, etched in the side of my face. I rubbed my hands together under the water and ran my wet fingers through my hair. Then I used a paper towel to scrub my face and arms. The rough brown paper left my skin red and scratched. We spent the weekend at that old house, and I was beginning to think I'd rather sleep in the car again. Mama had got some stuff at the yard sale and tried to make things better. A plastic raft for us to take turns sleeping on, a radio that ran on batteries, an alarm clock, stuff like that. She even got a great big artificial plant with red and purple flowers. She had wiped the dust off the leaves with her shirt tail. It had sat up on top of the wood stove. I guess she thought that plant would make me glad to be there, but it didn't. If things didn't change soon, I was going to have to go back to my dog stealing plans. That's all there was to do. The bathroom door opened and Mama stuck her head inside. "We gotta go, Georgina," she said. "I can't be late for work again." I followed her out of the car. I couldn't help to notice how her blue jeans hung all baggy, dragging on the asphalt parking lot as she walked. I guess she was getting skinnier. She had got her green handy pantry t-shirt. Her long fingernails clutched atop a cup of coffee that sent trails of steam into the early morning air. "I'll drop y'all off at the corner," she said, climbing into the car. "Then y'all go up yonder to the bus stop, okay?" "Okay." I got into the back seat beside Toby and propped my seat up on the top of my bag and stuff. Mama had told us not to leave our things in that nasty old house. Just in case, when I'd asked just in case what, she had flapped her hand at me and told me to stop asking so many questions. After school, she said, "You and Toby will wait in the car while I work at the cleaners. Then we will go back to the house after that, okay?" I stuffed my notebook into my backpack. Today was the day we were supposed to bring our science projects. I didn't have mine, but I didn't even care. I told Mr. White my project got lost or stolen or something. "Okay, Georgina," Mama said, cranking her neck to look at me in the rear view mirror. I guess I stared out of the window. "What's the matter?" I shrugged. "Nothing." "Come on and tell me, Georgina," she said. "What's the matter?" I felt a wave of mad sweep over me. "Everything," I hollered. "Okay, everything's the matter." I kept my head up and turned toward the window, but I could feel her eyes on me. "Just give me a break, okay?" she yelled in the mirror. "You're just making this harder on everybody." Miss glum and angry. "What would you like me to do, rob a bank?" Toby giggled and I shot him a look that wiped the grin right off his face. "Maybe you could act like a mother," I said. Mama slammed the brakes and whipped around to glare at me. "Just what is that supposed to mean?" she said. "Mothers are supposed to take care of their kids," I said, "not let them sleep in a creepy old house and wash up in the bathroom at McDonald's." Mama pressed her lips together and I could tell she was thinking hard about what to say, but then she just sighed and turned back around. We rode in silence the rest of the way. When I got to the corner, we rode in silence the rest of the way. When we got to the corner near the bus stop, I got out and slammed the door hard. look after Toby, okay, Georgina? Mama called after me. Yeah, I said, whatever. Was he mad? Luna asked me as we headed towards the bush. Nah. What did he say? Nothing. Nothing. Well, I mean, nothing much. I didn't look at Luna because I knew she would know I was lying. Mr. White had said plenty. He said that he couldn't understand my bad attitude lately. He was disappointed in my lack of effort recently. And then he had to go ask me if everything was alright at home. I kept my eyes on the styrofoam planets dangling from the coat hanger behind him. Somebody's stupid science project. Yes, sir, I said. Everything's fine. Then he gave me another envelope with Mr. White and Mrs. Hayes written on it. I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Hayes written on it. I could be sure would I be sure and have my parents call him, he had said. And if he didn't hear from that, he was going to have to talk with the principal about the problem. Did I understand? He had said, yes, sir, I told him. What I didn't tell him was that Daddy was long gone and Mama couldn't even get us a place to live and my own things had gotten thrown out with the garbage. I didn't even tell him that my best friends didn't even like me anymore. And now she had a new friend. All I said to him was, yes, sir. I stuffed the envelope way down inside my backpack and left as quick as I could. On the bus, Luna and I got our regular seats, and then Lisa Thomas got on and stopped beside us. Are you going to the Girl Scouts today? She asked Luna. She had on a red t-shirt with sparkly gold glitter spelling out cool chick. Yes, are you? Yeah, are you? Luna asked. Yeah. Lisa flicked her ponytail behind her shoulder. I'll see you there, okay? Okay. I could feel my jealousy churning around inside. Girl Scouts, I could just see Luna and Lisa there, side by side, working on their outdoor cooking badge or maybe planning a visit to the nursing home. I had dropped out of Girl Scouts so I could take care of Toby after school. Besides, I couldn't pay the dues on the trip to Six Flags or anything. Let me see how many pages up. Okay. When we got off the bus, Lisa waved at us out the window. Luna waved back, but I didn't. Toby trotted along behind us. Want to come over to my house before Girl Scouts? Luna asked. I wanted to say yes more than anything. I wanted to go over to the Godfrey's and lie on Luna's soft pink carpet, eating graham crackers and working on one of my Girl Scout badges. I can't. And that was all. Me and Toby went down the hill where Mama was waiting for us in the car. I hated looking at that beat-up old car with bags and stuff piled up in the seats. Black smoke puffed out the tailpipe, and engine made a rattly sound. Hey, y'all, Mama called out through the open window. Look what I got. She waved a giant bag of M&Ms at us. Hot dang, Toby hollered, racing to the car. I yanked the door open, tossed my bag inside, and climbed in. Toby was already ripping the candy bag open. I don't want any, I said. Then I took my social studies book out of my backpack and pretended to read chapter 21 like I was supposed to. Mama turned around in the front seat. Georgina, she said, please don't making this worse, and it already is. than it already is. I'm not. Yes, you are. She got up and on her knees and leaned over the seat and put her face down. I promise to. I'm not. Yes, you are. She got up on her knees and leaned over the seat to put her face down close to mine. It won't be much longer now, I promise, she said. She said. How long? How much more longer? Mama sighed. A few more days, maybe, she said. A few more days? She might as well have said forever. I felt my tears running down my face and then Mama's warm hand on my cheek. I'm sorry, sweetheart, she said. I swear every night I'll pray for a miracle, but I reckon nobody's listening. What kind of miracle? I said. My voice sounded small and pitiful. I don't know, she said. Anything, money, mostly. I nodded. Okay, that does it, I said to myself. I was going to have to steal that dog. After all, I had to. It was the only way that we were ever going to get ourselves out of this mess and live like a normal people again. So Mama parked up the car and kissed us goodbye. I pulled out my purple notebook and read throughout all my dog stealing notes. I put a little check mark beside the things I had already done. When I got into the part about finding a place to hide the dog, I thumped my pencil against my knee and thought real hard. Somewhere in the world, because I had a dog, in the woods somewhere, maybe, or over behind the Elks Lodge. Maybe in the old chicken coop out there by Henry Foole's place. I closed my notebook and stared out the window at the folks sitting in the front of Dairy Queen across the street. Stealing the dog had seemed so easy. When I had first thought of it, it seemed like the hardest thing I'd ever done. Georgina, Toby's voice interrupted through my thoughts. Did I? Okay. Georgina, Toby's voice interrupted my thoughts. What, are we still going to steal that dog? He said. Yes, I said to him. We are? When? Soon. I pushed my notebook down under the clothes in my trash bag. That night, it was my turn to sleep on the plastic raft. Strips of moonlight poured through the cracks in the plywood and covered the windows. I danced across the dusty wooden floor. I tried to make myself stop thinking so I could go to sleep, but my mind just wouldn't turn off. When I went through my plan over and over, imagining myself with that little dog, Willie, picturing myself running with him in my arms, seeing myself hiding in him in some place, but where? I threw a beach towel over me and tiptoed to the corner of the room where my stuff was. I took out my notebook and sat there in the beam of moonlight so I could see. I turned to step 3 of How to Steal a Dog. I wrote April 12th. Then under the part that said 3, figure out where you're gonna hide the dog, I wrote a place where you hide the dog that has to be close enough so you can go visit him. B, the place that has somewhere nobody goes or else they will see the dog and maybe turn him loose or call the dog pound or something. C, try to find a place that is nice place. Try to find a place that is a nice place for a dog to be. D, try to find a place that has a roof because what if it rains? I tried to think of some more stuff, but I guess I was too tired. My mind was finally starting to slow down and stop thinking. So I wrote, "Now are you almost ready to steal a dog?" I put my notebook away. I tiptoed back over to the raft bed, pulled out my beach towel under my chin, closed my eyes, and slept a deep, dreamless sleep like I used to when I had a bed. But I bet if I'd known what was going to happen the next day, I would have never slept that good. And that's it for chapter 7.